Hey everybody, it's Christine up today for the scrap room using this month's Flavors of the Month kit, and I am working with the Simple Stories Vintage Country Harvest page kit. That's a mouthful. So you get the vintage part right off the bat, and even if you're not a vintage scrapper, these are great for letting you dip your toes in that area, I guess is the best word for it. I love them for playing with that style a little bit. So I'm starting things off. I cut off that one piece of off-white card patterned paper from the cardstock. Sorry, stumbling over my words here. And you can see I just trimmed off the edges and whatever, so I'm going to just use that part of it. And then right now I've taken my craft knife and I am trimming around the elements on this patterned paper so that I can tuck some stuff underneath it. So I'm just going all the way around up to where I want it to stop. Obviously you can't go all the way to the edge because that will make the whole page fall apart. But just going so I can slide things underneath and tuck it under. So then you can see I have slid that off-white patterned paper underneath the truck, and now I'm figuring out placement of my pictures. So I'm using a Simple Stories template for that part just to get my pictures lined up perfectly. Obviously I'm not doing a giant square grid, but I am using that one line just to line things up, and you can see I am backing those pictures with that very busy teal floral paper, floral butterflies, etc. paper. Typically I don't mat my pictures in a busy patterned paper. However, I wanted that color to come out today and I knew I wasn't going to use it elsewhere. And so this was a good chance to make use of that paper for this. Now, this it's always a tricky thing to try and record a voiceover when my allergies are going crazy. I don't know if you can hear me nasally, but that's why I'm stumbling over my words so much, because I've got just a little bit of allergies going on. They're doing harvest and there's corn pollen everywhere. And so I'm trying not to have my nose run and talk and whatever. So forgive me if I sound completely goofy and like I'm stumbling. There's good reason for it. So you can see I've got those pictures on there. It's 4 different pictures of all my children lined up horizontally. And it's funny because another designer from the team did a stripe like that with pictures. They used even this collection, but they used a lighter base, and I was just kind of surprised when I was looking through that we both ended up kind of going the same direction, especially I think because, at least for me, I was drawn to wanting to use this patterned paper with the big element on the left-hand side, and she did that as well. So definitely check out Robin's layout for this one too, because it's just kind of fun that we ended up in a similar place design-wise, with some different choices mixed in there. But always, it's just fun when that happens, because it doesn't happen a lot, I don't think. Where I see that oh, we went the same direction on that. So that was a fun coincidence. Now, you can see I've got a couple layers of plaid papers in there with the orange, and I am still playing with my pictures, trying to figure out exactly where I want them to land. The pictures are as a stripe just long enough that I'm limited where I can place them. So otherwise I'm going to be covering up too much of what I already intentionally cut out to try and make an important part of the layout. And so I'm just playing with things. I am going to tuck some more of that off-white patterned paper underneath it somewhere to make those pop a little bit more against those plaids and that dark brown brushed paper that is on my base. So just using scraps really from this collection. So this one again was another page kit where I just worked exclusively from what she sent in the page kit. Some months I do pull a lot of extra embellishments, title work, etc. But this has not been one of those months. And, you know, either way, I'm fine, because sometimes it's just a personal preference. There's plenty there for you to use. Every month, there's really plenty there to use, but sometimes you just want something a little different to make the design fit you. And so, anyways, always kind of fun when I end up with one of those months where I don't have to put in any extra time looking for anything extra and I can just roll with it. So that includes today's layout as well as the one I posted earlier in the week with the double shot kit. So continuing on, I am looking through these different bits and pieces, ephemera, to see what I want to use. Now, this does also use the embellishment kit, so there is a little bit of extra there involved, but like I said, primarily, well, all from the Flavors of the Month kit and the embellishment kit. So nothing extra, not even extra pulled from my own Simple Stories stash, which I do happen to have, and sometimes I might switch something out, but I didn't even have to do that this month. So I thought the word awesome was a pretty good one to use for a title, because I think my kids are awesome, and it was another great way to pull in that teal blue. And it is a foam sticker, so it's got lots of dimension to it. So all that said, you can see I'm creating some clusters. I've got one on the top right there above the pictures. I've got one on the left-hand side, and I've got one down on the bottom right. And you've got it. I've created a visual triangle surrounding my pictures, surrounding my title, bringing everything in to look at those first. So be sure to check out the Flavors of the Month kit this month and see what she's got available for you. There's also the double shot kit. There is all kinds of add-ons, from the embellishments to patterned papers to cardstock, etc. And of course, the December kits are going to be fabulous holiday themed stuff. So be sure to check out and get yourself in while she has those still available. Thank you so much for stopping by today. And if you aren't already a subscriber, I'd love to have you as one. I promise I do not always have allergies. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you again next time.